Also get the comment a lot that the history of witchcraft is overwhelming for some people, so here's a bit of a lightning round. Before civilization, we've got cave drawings, we've got the Venus of Willendorf 35,000 years ago, symbol of female fertility. We've got the Sumerians, the Babylonians, and the Egyptians, and they are recording curses and magic spells and necromancy onto clay tablets. Then around 1200 BC is when the Hebrew Bible is codified, and that has laws against witches, which kind of sets the stage for 2,500 years of persecution. Ancient Greece, we've got more curse tablets, we've got Hecate cult, seers and oracles, and then you get onto ancient Rome, where they steal a bunch of stuff from Greek spirituality and then go ahead and make witchcraft illegal. Can't do love spells, can't do curses, but physicians and folk healers, there's a super thin line. There's magic in there, and there's still astrology going on. These things are coexisting. Certain parts of witchcraft are criminalized, but not all parts yet. Then we get to the early medieval period where the Christian church goes, okay, yeah, you know what? Magic is real. It's real, but it's really just misguided. They are not actually talking to demons, but we are going to write something down to verify that night flight, as in witches flying at night, is not real. So witchcraft is real, night flight, not real. Then we get to the High Middle Ages, and this is where the church wants more control. So they go from magic being superstition to, oh my God, it's heresy. We are going to kill you all. This is when the witch hunts start. And around, was it the 15th century, the Malleus Maleficarum is written, and that is the Hammer of the Witches. A super fun book, you should read it. Most people thought that the guy that wrote the Malleus Maleficarum was kind of an idiot, but it kind of became the foundation for other books and manuals that would go on to instruct the persecutions. Between 1300 to 1700 is when 40 to 60,000 or more people are convicted of and murdered for being a witch or heresy, but witch. Super fun times, not. Also the time period when the Salem witch trials happened. In Europe and the Americas, in the 1800s, folk magic still exists. A lot of the times, though, it's hidden behind the Bible. There's granny magic, there's folk magic, Appalachian magic. Native American spirituality has still existed, sometimes quietly through these periods. South American magic still exists. So witchcraft never goes away. It just kind of goes under. The 1800s is when things really start getting cool because we get the rise of spiritualism, a lot of seances, things like that. We've also got the rise of the Hermetic order and more interesting Kabbalah, and we've got Aleister Crowley, Golden Dawn. It's a very heavily male-dominated time in witchcraft. The 1950s is when things really, really explode because this is when the UK says, you know what, witchcraft isn't illegal anymore. And this is when Gerald Gardner, inspired by Margaret Murray, the anthropologist who wrote about the witch cults, decided to form Wicca, develop Wicca, and he releases his book Witchcraft Today, which is the foundation for Wicca. People are fascinated, and over time people start adopting Wicca, start practicing Wicca. In the 70s it becomes like a lot of goddess worship, feminism, tons of nudity. Trust me, I wasn't there, I wasn't alive, but I've read the books. It continues on through the 80s. During this time, yes, there is a ton of cultural appropriation going on. The Wiccans, or white people, taking from other practices. We don't do that anymore. Anyways, get to the 90s. Other than the little hiccup of the satanic panic in America, we've got a rise of witchcraft. And then in the late 90s, we've got the movie The Craft, we've got practical magic, and people really, really latch on to this. And then you get late 90s where the internet comes around, and suddenly witches have a place to congregate again and discuss and learn. And then in the early 2000s, we've got the rise of social media and Instagram and Pinterest, and things really, really explode from there. Become mainstream, everybody wants to learn about it, everybody wants to do it. That leads us to the 2020 pandemic, when a lot of people joined TikTok, and during that time, witch talk was exploding. And so a lot of people become witches or start learning about witchcraft, and that's kind of where we are now. We're kind of moving into a deconstruction era, I feel like, because that is a huge topic of conversation with people. We are in a deconstructing phase, and yeah, witches are here to stay. So that's our history. That's about it. Hope that helps.